Alright, I just realised that I'd been recording, well, thought I was recording for the last 5 minutes, but I wasn't actually recording, so there you go. It's Saturday morning, it is 8:30am, I'm driving to the studio now to pick up some gear, and then I'm off to the airport. I'm off to the gig that I was rehearsing for on Thursday night when I left you guys last time. Last night, had an amazing night. I went to Tiki, the guy that I'm jamming with today, the vocalist. I went to his premiere of a performance that he did with the Christchurch Symphony Orchestra. It's called Tiki Taane in session with the CSO, and it was fucking amazing. To see his music with an orchestra behind him, it was just such an epic watch. And caught up with a bunch of people. It was really cool, and got in pretty late. And then unfortunately my daughter flared up again last night. Her flu, like, she started to make some progress, and then she took a turn again last night, and I heard her coughing from our room at about 3:30 and AM, and then I know that cough, I know when she's about to sort of explode essentially, which is what she did. And so I ran into the room and started to comfort her, and then she started to throw up, and so yeah, we did all that. I went back to sleep and tried to get a couple more hours, because today and tonight are going to be massive. Big travel day, and then a massive night tonight with this gig. But yeah, it was an amazing night last night. Tiki, for my international audience, Tiki is like a staple in the New Zealand music scene. He's the sound man for New Zealand's biggest drum and bass band, Shapeshifter. He's been doing that for like 25 years, I think. And he's got an amazing solo artist career as well, but he's also known for singing with Salmonella Dub, which is one of New Zealand's biggest dub bands from the late 90s, early 2000s. And I mean, shit, I remember listening to those albums when I was like, I must have been like 19 or 20, so we're talking like 20 years ago now. Massive albums, like really important albums to me and my crew, and when we grew up and whatnot. So it's actually really fucking weird and ultra cool that 20 years later I'm doing gigs with this guy now, because it's weird when you switch from sort of like a fan essentially over to an equal. That's always a weird transition. I've experienced it with a couple of people since moving back to New Zealand. So another guy that I'm jamming with today in the crew, or two of the guys actually, is Fran and Laughton Kora. And they're from a very fucking famous Kiwi band called Kora. Four brothers, awesome band, and they were popping off around the same time that Salmonella Dub was, and I remember cranking those albums. And now I'm in a band with Laughton Kora with Black Comet, so Laughton's the sort of he spearheads the whole thing, and it's his vision, and I just feel lucky to be a part of it and lay down drums for him. So, and then you've got Fran as well, who Fran still plays and carries the guard of Kora and crushes it. So yeah, like Tiki, Fran and Laughton are guys that I grew up on as a total fucking fanboy, and now I'm like doing shows with them, and we're jamming on some like Tiki tracks and Salmonella Dub stuff and Kora stuff as well. So it's like, it's really weird going full circle with that stuff, and I just feel blessed that I get to have experiences with people that A, I respect so much, and B, are just so musically gifted as well. I love the expectation that guys of that caliber have on you, and the pressure that puts on you, and I really get off on the pressure. So yeah, I just feel stoked. Always feeling blessed about the life that Jess and I have carved since moving back to New Zealand and starting again essentially. I sold my business back in Melbourne. I owned a coffee roastery. Coinciding with my drumming, I'd been in the hospitality scene for probably about 25-30 years. I started working in cafes when I was 11, and I'm 39 now, so like, yeah, basically about 27-28 years I've been in hospitality, and it's always sort of grown with my drumming. Being a young parent, I always made sure that my tours weren't too long, and I didn't take myself away from my family responsibilities for so long. So for too long. So to do that, I set up other streams of income. I got into management, like cafe management and whatnot, and then moved from that into cafe ownership, and then went from cafe ownership into roastery, like a wholesale coffee roastery, which is what I was doing for the last 7 years before moving back after COVID. And yeah, so Jess and I basically completely restarted when we moved back here, and it's just really nice to sort of see the way that the chips have fallen since getting back here, and feel fucking stoked, ultra grateful. And yeah, now I'm off to Christchurch, which is really cool because my sister lives down in Christchurch. She's got my 4 nieces down there. I don't get to see her a lot. I get on really well with my sister Trish, and we've always had a pretty good connection, and it'll be really nice to catch up with her tomorrow morning. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just off to the studio to grab the gear that I need, and the studio is only about 5 minutes away from the airport, so it kind of works out well. And then off to Christchurch, which is going to be really fucking interesting. And apart from that, everything else is going good. I'm pretty happy. I'm going to try not to get too caught up in the antics that might be going on tonight. You know, there'll be a few drinks and whatnot. Great crew of people, and this party that we're playing at, it's going to be a really cool vibe, really good bunch of people. So yeah, but I don't want to get, I don't want to get hammered. I don't really do that anymore. I just value my headspace too much the next day. I had a lot of fun in my 20s and early 30s even, to a degree. But, for all the time and money and effort it takes to have a good night, it also takes a lot of time and money, effort to recover from having one of those nights. So I try and keep things pretty cool, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, that's all there is to report really, but I will talk to you guys soon. Maybe not. Maybe this will be it for this little vlog update. But we'll see. I'm just going to go grab my gear, and we'll go from there. Peace. All right. So something else I figured I could show you is how I travel. So I take my kick pedal case. I'm using the Eliminator light at the moment, the Eliminator Redline light, because it folds up and it's a fucking great pedal. Take my stick case jammed in here as well, in case I want to film something. Take that. But what I love about my setup the most is that I take 3 of these clamps, 3 of these half booms, or like mini booms, the Yamaha mini booms, and then no matter what setup I go into, I can add 3 more everything. So stack, splash, and whatnot. Always take my ears. I use Pacific Ears. It's a local company and they fucking crush it. These are triple drivers. And then I take my little K-Drums custom beater. Beautiful beaters. They feel great. They sound great. So I take those as well. Made from native New Zealand wood, and it tells you the grammage on it as well, which is super cool. Always take some dampeners just in case as well. So I take that guy, close him up, so put that there for a second, but then I also am taking this cheeky little number. So I'm taking my custom made VK 13x6 aluminium snare. This thing is ridiculous. She's a stunner, and he was kind enough to put my logo on. What a dude. That's an infinity knot that my friend Otis Chamberlain, a graph artist from Wellington, did for me, that I use for everything, but basically it just means infinity, no limits. My company's called Infinity Drums, so it sort of plays into all of that, meaning that there's no ceiling, man. You can just keep going. So what I do is I put those guys in there, and then that travels down to one case. And then I've got my cymbal case, and essentially I always take 2 crashes, a splash, my clap stack, but I actually take an extra crash as well, just in case, depending on the room. I take multiple options in terms of like what the room needs, quiet, loud, and whatnot. But what I want to show you is that I always take my dampening rings. So I've got a 16-inch and a 12-inch just in case, because you never know, man. Like, I know that I've got a pretty good backline kit down there. I've got an old vintage Ludwig, which I'm super looking forward to playing. So I think it's like an early 70s Ludwig, which is going to be great. I absolutely love the old Luddies. I really like backline kits because you never know what you're going to get. Like, I played on Waiheke Island recently, which is just off the coast of Auckland, and it had an 80s Pearl kit that I would never come across in my day to day, and it was such a joy to play, because one thing you can't do is with modern kits is that you just can't speed up aging. Aging wood and glue has to happen through the the act of aging. So that's why I love playing older gear, because it just sounds so different, and then the last piece to the puzzle is my SPDSX. I might as well show you inside of this little guy. So, I mean, fuck, check this rig out. Got 2 triggers in there if I want them. I bought this as a package off Facebook Marketplace for fuck all, and it's just so good. So, we're playing Prodigy tracks that I'm queuing. I used the Moises app to get rid of the drums and the vocals, and that's going to be sick. But yeah, that's how I travel. That's how I get two pieces and a carry-on. Oh shit. That's how I get, oh my god. I'm going to deal with this part at the airport. I'm just trying to wrap up this bloody vlog entry. That's how I get 2 pieces and a carry-on. Alright, we are off now. I might tap in again, but probably not, so I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty, I'm here in the hotel room. Man, I always say alrighty at the start of every fucking video. Anyway, I'm here in the hotel room. We've done sound check and it's sounding incredible. This fucking place that we're playing at is absolutely out of control. So I'd already done my vlog for today. I'd already bounced it out and I was going to upload it. But after doing sound check and getting the blessings of the property owner, Dean, whose party it is that we're playing at, to like shoot some video, I asked him if I could, post some videos, and he's like, fuck yeah, man, go for it. So he gave us a tour of the property. It's fucking mental, man. It's like anything that you imagined like a peak man cave could be. It's like that on steroids. So yeah, I jumped back on here to add this little bit on the end, but check this fucking place out, man. This place is ridiculous. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm super stoked. And yeah, tonight's going to be epic.
License and registration, please, sir. You dog.
Cheers.